The epic journey of a boy in the Guanabana tree. First. And then the morning of our exposed night as the sun waved clashing the sky, all but clouds turned into cotton. Sugar flowing in slow motion. The coffee smelled as those roasted beans from Ethiopian farms in El Dorado. And a guanabana fell from a tree, clashing on the floor, all vitamins, all nutrients. A boy picked its seeds, and he grew a tree. Second, when the Guanabana tree rose from earth, the moon as flower bloomed in watercolors dripping emeralds and lava colored in pink. In a teardrop from the Guanabana tree, the emeralds cultivated threads spreading across nations and land. When the earth was ready, the sun and the moon and the comets all eclipsed harmonies of pumping hearts. The planets and the cosmics held a council. For the threads were not precious in currency, the threads were beautifully meaningful. Humans then gazed upon destiny, it was infinity proclaimed. And as all creatures were resonating, balance had been restored. Third, time is transitory, heaven spoke after balance restored and currency was broken. Space is but a fear, hell shout to the cosmics and the planets, the greatest unraveling has begun. Well, balance, as humans understood, was incomprehensible to the elders of the multiverse. Ill observing, as described by Movement when commenting on human reasoning, ill observing as in illogical. The tiny god seeds of the multiverse were then invoked, but not for judgment, for judgment was both of time and space. They were then invoked to pass now over, for the planets seemed to have sealed them, locked away from their flesh. The heated nucleus, or as the tiniest particles humanity understood, the worshipping of the senses, sensual and survival emotions, and the rest, the so-called Satan, devil, grounded earthly chaos, which has and will always be part of the self and all living creatures, it was finally rejecting the bodies of the tiny god seeds, the humans, uninterested to harvest more pollution and corruption, as it was never planned. It planned to take over their guts for itself and grow into a multiverse, but the humans were too fearful of their inner gifts, stubborn and teeny creatures. Afraid of the now, every spirit in the summit decided humans had to be opened up, their spirits' limits are broken, united and reconnected. Only then these humans would experience that all their bubbly logic and reasoning was a lie. Their ego and their emotions, their tiny experiments of creations that destroyed Earth, their systems, their structures, hierarchies, artistic techniques, and all, it was always wrong. For, for it always relied in time and space, fear of death, fear of death, and humans were opened, and their gates broke vastly. Then suddenly humanity presented itself at the summit, crying tears of joy and wonder, miracle tears forming new green watery planets like Earth, because humanity had finally understood fragility is of the essence. It is a wonderful gift. It recognizes the primordial, which is chaos, and the balance between dark matter and matter as they flow, eternally visible and hidden in unison. Humanity observed in awe the majestic colors of what has finally beyond the tiny processes of their tumultuous egos processing atoms into visual realities always so contained. And humanity screamed, "Oh!" But how we are all finally in awe. What incredible lessons we learn from our struggles and our egos, from our suffering and our joy, from deciding to watch perish and be toxic, poisonous, pure, loving, violent, selfish, abundant, and always contradictory. How wonderful to have been chaos and never seen it realize. For now we are finally present, finally just on the now. beyond the time and proclaimed space, beyond language, beyond symbols, beyond broken communications and oppressions, the starving, the slave, the forgotten, and the greedy mouths that control it for them in fear for chaos, fear of today. Oh, how wonderful to feel the green, lonely, lonely earth, and how the planet will never in sadness up to try to steal creation from ourselves. For I am crying, little earths. I am crying, little earths. And all the cosmics and the planets stood in their so well known eternal silence of presence. For this is happening as you read this passage. For it all has happened. It will all happen. It is happening now. The cosmics and the planets, and now humanity. Chaos and balance, integrity is, was, and will be the all and always the nothing. Eternally contracting and forcing energy to become or then be hidden, but always existing. Always existing. Always simply existing.